Happy Sunday night, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. It's time for our nightly 9:30 live show. One of the best times of the night. Getting to join the Sooner Surge community to talk all things sports. Maybe even starting with what a bag of chips is called, as Ron asked. It's Jay. I know you ripped me so much for them, and now you have them. So you know they're legit.
There it is. No, I mean they're pretty good. I dipped mine in different types of sauces. I didn't need them plain because you got to dip them in something. But so they're actually, it's a weird name. Look at the name, but they're actually pronounced Sochil. Sochil. It's weird. It starts with an X, but they're pronounced Sochil.
Hey, I've got to look. I do not want to spend all night on this.
I don't either.
It was ridiculous. First off, how they came across the number. Second of all, by the way, do people know that they also did it to Tyler Warren?
Well, wait, real quick.
Why is Tyler Warren not getting like?
Hey, real quick. I've been busy, but I don't know all the details. What is the defensive coordinator? Was it his son or something?
Yes, it was his son. And no, he's not going to get fired because it came. Apparently, the son came across a number of a computer that was left open, and then took it and ran with it. But Jay, did you see? I don't, Hunter. Can you verify? Is that real that Deion Sanders wants to be in the first meeting with the Browns?
Hey, Lakers done. Are they done?
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Anyone who says LeBron is the GOAT,
hey, wow. Jerm, don't go down that road. LeBron's just old. I mean, what do you expect?
JJ Redick played no bench players. He's ridiculous.
Well, here's the problem with the Lakers tonight. With the game on the line, Luka or LeBron's got to shoot it. It can't be Austin Reeves. I love Austin Reeves, but Luka or LeBron.
They don't want to shoot it, Jay. They don't want the moment.
Here's the thing. I don't know. The Lakers could come back and win a game or two. I don't think they're winning the series, though.
Jackson, pat yourself on the back. I never picked the Lakers either, so it was Jason. It's always Jason.
I actually didn't pick that series. I said I don't want the Thunder playing the Lakers. That's what I said, and maybe they won't have to. So
Anthony Edwards was phenomenal today.
Anthony Edwards was good. He was good last year in the postseason, Jerm.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he's a good player.
Hey, OU women get the sweep over Texas softball. Great series for them. John Morant can just zip it, dude. They weren't going to hang with the Thunder. It's ridiculous.
Here's what I got to say to that. It doesn't matter what John Morant says. They got swept. I mean, hearsay. Hearsay. After the fact, it doesn't matter. Here's a fact. You ready for it? Ready for this fact? John Morant played in 2 games versus the Thunder. They lost by 51-17. Do I need to say more?
No, you don't, Jay. You never need to say more.
I didn't.
Yep. Sooners sweep Texas. Mike White gets destroyed. I thought that was hilarious.
Call in, Jackson. Call in tonight. I'll be waiting on you. Call in tonight, buddy. It's fine. 13 games in a row.
I'm definitely not doing an argument about Jordan and LeBron. I promise you that.
Me neither. But I got to say something. I heard a stat, and I didn't believe it today on the softball broadcast. I did not believe this stat. Verify if it's right. Texas has not beaten Oklahoma in Oklahoma since 2014.
In Norman, since 2014.
11 years? 11 years?
Yes.
They haven't beat OU in one game?
And OU's 15-3 in the last 18. Now, Jesse said Oklahoma got a wide receiver transporter. Well, they were looking at the guy from Hawaii. They were looking at the guy from Washington State. They were looking at the guy from McNeese. I mean, there's 3 guys. Hey, Jay, OU basketball. Is it official or is it going to be official?
There's people talking like Darion Reed from Alabama might be in Norman. Did you see the thing from I think it's Chaz NBA? Do you follow him on YouTube?
Absolutely not.
He said Ant-Man, Sandman, Batman, Lakers in 5.
Yeah, I love the Shannon Sharp stuff. He's getting just ripped. Reed would be huge. Reed would be huge if they could get him. And then at that point, not Porter, not anyone else can say, man, we just need to win in April and May because they have won. So now you just got to win when it actually matters. We'll see. Ella Parker, 102 starts, 121 hits, 102 runs, and 101 RBIs. Great things to come.
Hey,
she's finding the stroke again.
Hey, what did you think overall? I mean, the NFL draft's over with. I mean, I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch as much as I normally do. Didn't watch as much.
I definitely didn't, Jay.
Did you see the Nick Saban stuff? Did you see this?
No, I didn't, Jay.
Nick Saban on ABC the other day says he said that Alabama tried to get West Virginia offensive lineman Wyatt Milliam every year in the portal. SEC Mike put it out. He said, keep in mind, Wyatt never was in the portal. What's that tell you about tampering? Happens everywhere. It's normal.
Colin says, you look better at the plate this week. You see all the pitches Texas had to throw to get now. It was around 10 pitches per batter. Yeah, they were fouling everything off today. I mean, Tegan Cavan had 70-something pitches in 2 innings, if that tells you enough.
They got after her 2 games. She didn't – I mean, they just –
yeah.
They put it to her. Ella Parker's playing better. So it's a good time for Oklahoma. They got a big series of Florida coming up, clinch the SEC championship. You think
what are we talking about tonight, Jay?
Well, here's the thing. Do you think now that we're the 27th, do you think all the paperwork from anybody that entered the portal on the 25th has flown through and it's over? Do you think the damage is
I don't think there's going to be anyone hit the portal, Jay.
I got a question. How does it work with the baseball player? Does it change anything?
Yeah. Why are you saying the baseball player? You're talking about Taylor Tatum.
No. I'm not. That's not.
He's the only baseball player.
The other night when the other night when people were talking about Tatum, it just brought up something like, do they have a different time frame? They shouldn't, right?
They do not.
It's the sport of football closes on the 25th.
Correct.
So it shouldn't matter on that. So it was only a question. I'm not saying anybody. I'm just saying like.
I'm actually really surprised, though, you didn't lose more guys in the portal, Jay.
Where are they at scholarship-wise right now? Do we know the exact number?
No, Hunter would have to verify that. That's what Hunter does. Hunter's professional at that, not me.
Do you know what they're at total right now? I thought they had 1, maybe 2 now. Maybe
I don't know, Jay. But now that the portal is closed, we can start turning our attention to the 2-deep as summer ball starts picking up in a couple of months. And then, of course, it'll be August before you know it, and it'll be really ramping up.
It will be before you know it. You're right. I saw a lot of SEC predictions the last few days. A lot of people, it seems like, has OU about 6th. What do you think about that? Think that's
in the SEC?
Yes. If you're 6th in the SEC, don't you think that puts you about 8-4?
Yeah, or 7-3. Or 7-5.
Last year, I think 9-3, you were about 6th.
Yeah.
Right? Because South Carolina ended up what? I mean, they had what, 3 losses?
Yeah, that's true. Hey,
this is true. This is true.
Yeah, and I don't know why OU went and got a kicker. He better be the starter. Again, he better be the guy who starts. Now, KB, I agree, but if there was someone who had put their name in, I'm pretty sure some of the insiders would be saying it.
But here's the thing, though. I didn't think about it. Weekend probably affects that, doesn't it?
Well, it could, but I'm saying I think some people would know about it. So and then people who follow those people would be telling about it. That's kind of how things work.
I get it. But so like Friday, it closed Friday night. That means probably 2 days, Monday, Tuesday. Hey, people have been talking about this since Gavin left. What do you think about his brother? I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about him. But I would agree with 918. They got a plethora of running tight ends and kickers. Too many, man. Right? Don't you think?
We don't know how many of those guys are getting paid much. But they do have too many. They have too many, Jay.
I thought he was a PWO. He was, but I'm just saying, like.
I did see this. She's all for it. I mean,
I got a question.
It would sell out. It would sell out.
That's what I was going to ask. How many people would actually show up at the stadium, you think? You think they would sell that place out? I don't think
absolutely would. They absolutely would if they promoted it correctly.
You think they'd sell the Palace out?
I do, Jay. Hey, KB, what I'm saying is some people would know, and then those people would let it out to someone else, and then people would be talking about it.
I see what KB's saying, though. I understand.
Yeah, Banana Ball, the Savannah Bananas got 81,000 at Clemson, so
they did
Savannah Bananas, and it's just an entertaining thing.
Bobby says setting ourselves up for a real good season. I hope so, Bobby. That's what I'm hoping for, man. I'm hoping for it. Ready for a big year.
Did not land anywhere yet. No,
not yet. I could see him going.
Where? Arizona State.
A Big 12 school.
Arizona State.
What about Colorado?
It's Colorado, but yeah.
Is it? Colorado?
It's however you want to say it.
I say Colorado. You say
maybe.
Colorado?
I don't know their running back situation at all. So
you say Colorado?
Colorado. I don't know, Jay. I don't say it very often. So
Georgia on my mind. I was going to sing, but I'm not going to do it.
He's definitely not going to Georgia.
No.
Not good enough to play there. If we were rocking with Barnes, Ott, Tatum. Wait, we were rocking with Barnes, Tatum, and Ott. Tatum better have sticky hands. Hey, you're leaving one out, Greg. Xavier Robinson. He'll be rocking with it.
Xavier Robinson will be over Barnes or Tatum.
It's Ott and Robinson, in my opinion. And then I think probably Tatum as the next guy, but a lot of people still like Barnes. He had a couple games where he was really good last year, but he never just wowed me.
Barnes,
you know what you're going to get with Barnes.
Yeah.
You're not going to be wowed. It's just going to be meh. Yeah. I want some excitement.
Want some excitement.
Hey, one thing people have mentioned that we're not talking about is Arbuckle going to use two running backs often? And is he going to use an H-back?
I don't know. Got to wait and see, Jeremy.
Because I love Ott and Robinson together because they're two different types of guys.
Let's do something fun tonight. So there's not a whole lot going on. Let's do something fun.
Well, I always do something fun on here.
Well, okay. This is for the chat too. I'm going to go by position group, and we're going to give it maybe. I even said time. I mean, we go maybe a minute per position group, and I want your two deep.
Can Hunter put a timer on here?
I don't know, but like we saw, I think how many people agree running back? Give me your two deep. X, Rob, and Ott.
You're putting pressure on Hunter right now.
I'm not saying, dude, that we don't need a timer. I'm just saying. Let me ask you this: tight end, two deep. Who you got?
I got Huggins,
Carson Kent,
and Canick, or Huggins and Kent.
Huggins and Kent. Chester says tight end. I'm just interested to see what people think about it. Now, Dalpo's got Canick and Huggins. Sean says don't say Canick. Leslie says yes to that. Mess, Huggins, Kent. Bad, worse. John, bad, worse. Wow.
918's got Huggins, Canick.
I think most people say Huggins won. I think most people think Huggins is a guy to be the starter. Now, Bobby's got Canick, Huggins. Yeah, it's a hard schedule. Okay, let's move positions here. You pick the position, Jim. We need like a little spin the wheel. You pick the position.
All you got to do is let me know we were doing this. I got to create the wheel. Let's go. I mean, the O-line is too hard to do too deep. So the center position. Who's the backup center?
Everett's a starter.
And then the guy that just got out of the portal, probably.
Yeah, he's going to be the backup.
He's going to be the backup.
That's pretty obvious.
Okay, let's go receiver. Now, one thing that's interesting, Jay, Burks is playing some outside now. Burks is playing outside more. He's not just going to be a slot guy.
Think?
Well, that's what's happening.
Okay.
People have said it.
Yeah, he's your backup center.
Hey, Coconut, he does. At Washington State last year, we had the journalist guy on here. He said they didn't do a lot of tight end plays, but he'll change it up based on what he's got. Well, he doesn't have a whole lot. Greg Gut says freshman injured.
Hey, yeah, this is true too. Until you know who's going to be healthy. I got a question though. Leslie said Burks would definitely be on the outside. Hey, the whole conversation about, I saw somebody said, oh, he's got 4 scholarship kickers. The whole thing about tight end and kickers, if you were a GM, let's transition for a minute. Wow, John. Wow. If you were a GM, where would you use those, Scott? How many kickers would you have and how many tight ends would you have on the roster?
2 kickers, 3 tight ends.
I think you got to have 4 tight ends.
2 kickers, 4 tight ends.
I'd be okay with 2 and 4. Here's the problem though. With 2, if you have 2 guys get injured, you're done. You don't have a kicker.
No, you go get a soccer player from the university. It's not hard. You have open tryouts at that point.
2 kickers the most, 4 tight ends. Some will say some will play special teams. Okay, I think
you have a punter who also probably has kicked in his life before.
True. So 2 and 4, where would you put those extra scholarships or extra players? If you have right now, what do you have at tight end right now? Canick, Huggins, Kent, what's his name?
Elms, McIntyre.
That's 5. Am I missing one
more? There's one more.
Look at what a movie. What a movie, dude. What a movie reference. You don't know the movie?
Wildcats?
Oh my gosh, Jerm.
Was that Wildcats?
No.
Where Kathy Ireland was the kicker?
No, it wasn't.
What was it, Jay?
It was unnecessary roughness or necessary roughness.
No, it's unnecessary. Yeah, it was necessary roughness. That's with Sinbad. Sinbad was in that movie.
Oh, Sinbad was in it. Who was
the guy from Quantum Leap? The guy from
what was his name?
What? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Scott
Bakula.
Scott Bakula, dude. What a movie.
That's a great show. That was a great movie.
That's a blast from the past. That's a good one. Geez, that's a good one. What were we talking about? Threw me off.
Braden says horns down. That's right. Good sweep.
Colin says embarrassing, not producing much in the draft. Scott Bakula.
We did this all last night. Maybe it was 2 nights ago, Colin. We already discussed that. I'm just not in the mood after last night. So,
if you were a GM, let's play if you were a GM tonight. If you were a GM, what position would get the most money? Based off highest amount to lowest.
D-line, O-line, quarterback. That's it.
Wide receiver, running back. No, you're not paying a hefty.
Hey, let's go to linebackers, Jay.
D-line. I would agree with that.
There's some intricacies at linebacker because you're going to have Kip and Kobe. You're going to have Sammy. You're going to have Heim. Those are the 4 guys. Kendall Daniels is going to play cheetah and maybe some linebackers. So really you got 5 guys. Hey, yeah, Hunter, last night we already did this. I don't want to do it again, but it's dumb, dude.
Just win, baby. Just win, baby.
Win, baby. The soul mission stuff is dumb, man.
Just run. Just win.
How do you blame soul mission?
They got to win. What about Sammy Omashigo?
He's a backup. He's a backup who will play, I think, probably 35% of snaps.
Do you see him playing the role Kip did 2 years ago where he played quite a bit?
Yeah, I can see that. It's going to be it'll be determined by down and distance with Sammy. I'm not sure how great he is coverage-wise. I just don't know at that position.
Hey, and the whole sole mission stuff, say what you want. I believe Dabo Swinney won a championship or two, didn't he? How many did he win?
I'm not talking about sole mission.
Did he win one or two, though?
It has no relevance, no correlation with football and winning.
Just win.
It's ridiculous.
Win the game.
Say OU hasn't been good enough, and I'm all on board. Say it's because of sole mission, and you've lost me because I don't agree with you.
Well, I mean, you want to look at
it's bad takes, dude. Basically, it's people who either want to blame things that I really don't know what it is, Jay. I don't understand it at all.
I mean, you look at the draft picks in the last 3 years. That could be an issue. John says, I was really hoping they would add a backer. I was too. I was hoping they'd add a backer too. I think they need one for depth, really. Because what do you think about James?
It was embarrassing that they didn't beat Navy.
What do you think about James Nesta?
I think he's got a chance to be good. I don't know if he plays this year, though.
Yeah, this is true. No one would care if they won. You're right.
Is he back?
What's up, Eric?
Hey, yeah, it was a horrible take. Hey, but you haven't been on there, Eric, in a while. Welcome back. You did miss me. I said Shedeur Sanders was going to drop, and he did. And, yeah, Eric. I was shocked that DG went third round. Above Shedeur Sanders, 4 rounds ahead of Quinn Ewers. Are you kidding me?
Hey, and you know what?
Now they're going to have a battle, although I don't know who's going to win it there in Cleveland.
I hope
you're back, Eric. It's been a while. People have been asking about you.
Yeah, good. Hey, Eric, seriously, good to see you on here, man.
Hey, I was wrong on that one, Eric.
Hope everything's good, man. Good to hear from you. Yeah, the DGs and stuff, though, I hope he wins a job. It just stinks that it's with Cleveland. I mean, it really does. It stinks that he's with Cleveland. John says, like the chat.
Yeah.
What else, Jerm? What position were we on? What position were we on?
We were on linebacker.
Sooner fan says Kenny Pickett.
I don't think there's a chance Kenny Pickett's a starter. Not a chance.
There's definitely a chance.
In my opinion, I don't think there is.
So they're going to throw a rookie out there? Hey,
isn't Deshaun Watson still on that team?
Hey,
isn't Deshaun Watson still on that team?
Come on.
He's not a rookie.
He's not even that good. Hey, Jerm, let me ask you this.
Now look at this right here. What we're talking about draft next year could have R. Mason,
not Gentry.
If he has a great season, he will.
He'd have to have a really good year.
Now, Kendall Daniels for sure. Now, Marvin Jones Jr. probably depends on this year. Dominic Williams. Yeah, I think Simmons, Sexton, Burks, and Mateer. That's probably the only 4. Yeah.
Hey, I think the thing they've missed.
Ott could be drafted.
Well, the thing they've missed offensively over the last few years is they haven't had a skill position guy. A skill position guy get drafted really, and it shows on the field offensively. They haven't had very good running back. The receiver last one was Mims. And once he left, they haven't had a receiver get drafted. So they need a skill position guy. So we'll see who it is to step up. Hey, I was going to say, Hard Knocks has to be in Cleveland, right?
Well, I mean, Deion's going to go to all the meetings. So Deion's going to go to all the meetings. That's why a lot of people didn't want Shedeur, dude. Facts.
Yeah. Yep. D. Williams at defensive tackle, Dominique Williams. Yeah. Hopefully, I think a lot of people hope he has a better year this year than he did last year, you know? So,
yeah, I mean,
I think he had a pretty good year.
Not as good as I thought he might have, Jay. I asked earlier if it was real or not or true, and no one verified. But
well, I see the text.
I sent you the tweet earlier, Hunter. I haven't read into it enough.
It's so hard to know with AI if you're reading something true.
Agreed. Yeah, if they win 2 out of 3, they'll lock it up. SEC #1 seed softball. Yep, that's correct.
Boys, looks like Tennessee versus OU got a lot more interesting when Nico and several other of Tennessee starters walked out the door. Yeah, I mean that's a loss for Tennessee.
I do like the quarterback they got though, Jay.
Do you?
I do.
Not as good as Nico. Now Nico, if you look at what he did against really stiff competition, he didn't have a great year.
Correct.
But he was a freshman. I mean, he was a redshirt freshman too. So
correct. He didn't have the year a lot of Tennessee fans thought he might have. I mean that's true. He didn't.
Not as good to spend $800K on him. What's this one about?
I don't know, but Quinn Ewers turned down what, $5 or $6 million to go pro, and now he got $800,000 or something. Wow. You talk about a financial loss. Yikes.
Why have people been putting stuff out about Shadur should have came back? He was out of eligibility, wasn't he?
Did he? I thought he could have come back one more year, Jay.
I thought he was out of eligibility. I thought he was done. Maybe I'm wrong. I just thought he was done. I thought he would have had to leave. But
I don't know.
Denver will go to the Super Bowl with Knicks.
I do like Sean Payton.
I love Sean Payton. I wish Dallas would have hired him.
OU's offense has to average 35 points a game, period. No, I'm not even talking wins. OU's offense needs to average 35 a game. Hunter, maybe you can drop it in some of the chat, like maybe the top 10 offenses last year and what they were. Hey, Stutzman.
Hey, real quick.
Stutzman didn't drop. A lot of mock drafts had him in the 5th round. Some of the mocks he dropped. Some of them he was higher than. It was weird.
Hey, Joel Klatt asked it during the broadcast because I thought he had an injury one year that was out a lot. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he could have come. I mean, I thought the injury, would he have got a medical red shirt? I don't know.
Yeah.
They look unbelievably good. Oh, we're talking about that. Texas might win the 20. Oh, we're talking about baseball here. 50 games in 4 years. Wow.
Who?
I guess Shadur Sanders. Right? Is that what we're talking about?
I didn't know. Maybe he was talking about Stutzman 4 years.
Yes, Shadur. So,
no,
hey, let's open up the phone lines.
I don't know.
Hey,
he
just
said yes.
Open up the phone lines. Let's get them going. Check out the FanStop, www.thefanstop.com. Code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. Check them out. Germ's got a shirt on right there from FanStop, I believe. But yeah, great merchandise, great people. Check them out at thefanstop.com. Phone lines right there if you'd like to call in and chat. Whatever you want to talk about. It can be whatever.
Hey, Colby, the reason Pavia got extra is it was JUCO. Jackson State's not JUCO.
Now, Leslie's saying, I believe they average 45 points. Wow. No, I mean, that's average 45.
Why keep referring to Soul Mission?
My bad.
Soul Mission is OU's football culture. BB's issues are measured by many football metrics. Culture.
Germ agrees with that.
I agree that they're measured by football metrics.
Yeah.
Soul Mission isn't football culture. Soul Mission has to do with the culture of the program, not necessarily football terms. I don't understand what you're asking.
Hey, let's get to Colin. Colin is calling in. Colin, you're on the line. What's up?
What's up, guys? How are you doing?
How are you, man?
Doing good.
What do you guys want to talk about tonight?
Whatever you tell us. You got the floor, man. It's yours.
I think the NBA playoffs are shaping up perfect right now for OKC.
You think the Minnesota matchup is if they end up playing Minnesota?
I think it would be hard, but I think we can outlast. I think the biggest thing with Lakers is they don't have a big, but also they
didn't play a bench at all today. Not one bench.
And then you can expect LeBron to be playing that long minute of duration. And I think I saw he had 27 or 17 in the third, no points in the fourth. Yeah. And it gave up the foul on Anthony Edwards to lose the game.
But hey, you know what? I think, and Eric says Anthony Andrew, he's playing great right now. And here's the thing. That would be a great series in the finals, Western Conference Finals. Minnesota, Thunder.
We're looking at Anthony Edwards versus Stephen Curry round 2, which will be good. But honestly, I would between the 3 of Lakers, Warriors, and Timberwolves, I would rather play Timberwolves.
The Lakers have no bench.
I know, but I don't want any part of the Warriors though with Curry. I just don't.
Do you think the Timberwolves? Because I'm already counting basically the Lakers getting eliminated. I feel like they're kind of already done. I don't think
they're coming back from 3-1 without a bench. I don't think it's happening.
But do you think Minnesota can get past Golden State? Because I don't think Rockets get past them.
That's going to be. I do think Minnesota could get past Golden State. Here's the thing: Minnesota with Gobert. I mean, they kind of got a little bit of everything, and McDaniels is playing really well. I mean, they got guys that can D you up.
They got a bench, Jay. They got a bench.
You know who's playing good for them? You look at the trade between Karl Anthony Towns and Randall. Towns is playing out of his mind right now, and Randall's playing really good. Eric says Lakers in 5. That's what is it?
Who?
Ant-Man, Batman, Spider-Man, Lakers in 5.
If we played the Timberwolves, how would you match up the Thunder with them? Like, who would you put on Anthony Edwards? Would you put like the Lou Dort?
Probably you'd have to go Lou Dort.
Yeah.
Who would you put? You could put Kaysen on him some. And
let me ask you this: where would you put Caruso? Because we've seen him be able to guard like
he can guard anyone. He can guard anyone except Gobert.
Yeah, that was the one thing I found like, and I think it still stands if he's the X factor. Like throughout the whole playoffs, because of course J-Dub's taking that next step. Shea is starting to reach his like 40 points. He had his playoff high, but it's really Caruso adding that extra effort on defense and the fact that he can just really guard anyone.
Yeah,
and if our defense is keeping it up, I think we can go long ways.
I see. The thing is, they're going to have to go through some big teams. That's kind of the normal run for NBA. You know, that's the thing I said last night. Minnesota went in the Western Conference Finals last year, so they're looking to get there and win it this year. So we'll see. It should be a good.
Yeah.
Would you say the Nuggets are still the scariest team for the Thunder to possibly face still?
No, not the Nuggets, but I think the Nuggets will beat the Clippers, but they're not the scariest team. Outside of Jokic, the Thunder can defend them.
You have the Nuggets over the Clippers?
I have the Nuggets beating the Clippers.
I got Clippers. I got Clippers winning the series, actually.
I still think that goes like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks is it just makes the Thunder have to wait longer and longer. But I guess it just allows them to watch the games and gather more film and whatnot to prepare.
Yeah, and you know each other so well in the West right now. Teams know
thanks
each
for
other.
the call, Colin.
The last thing before I go, I saw this and I wanted to know your guys' thought. Which would be the bigger like storyline going into the second round? The MVP duels versus Shea and Jokic, or Shea versus his former team and Westbrook against his.
It would be SJ and Jokic.
Jokic, Shea. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, thanks, Colin. Hey, let's get to the next caller. Jackson, you're on the line. What's up, Jackson?
Jay, you wanted me to call in tonight. What's up?
Yeah, what's on your mind tonight?
Well, just because I talked about your horrible upset picks in college football, worse than anyone I've ever seen.
Name them for me. I'm here. Name them.
Let's see. I don't know any exact games.
Oh, you don't know any?
No.
Wow.
Let me talk. Every single week, whenever we would preview the OU game on our shows, you'd pick an upset every single time.
Do you know why?
One time that you got it right, you'd be like, "Oh, look at me." Ask Jeremy. Jeremy knows I'm telling the truth.
What? I don't even know what this is about, Jackson. All I know is my picks were way better than yours. So what does it matter?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they were way better than mine.
Jeez, what's on your mind?
I commented. I don't remember what y'all were talking about, but it came to my mind for some reason in the chat, and you told me to call in.
That's on your mind. See ya. See ya. Bye-bye. See you, Jackson. Sorry. He didn't have anything on his mind. Come on, Jackson. Give me something.
Man has become a BB hater, Dalpo says. And by the way, someone who just earlier, it was Mez that said it. I don't disagree with Mez on what he said. I'm getting onto the people who blame Soul Mission for the lack of winning. I agree they haven't won at OU. I agree there's been major issues. Not going to lie, on the football side of things. I'm saying when people blame Soul Mission for it is the issue I have. So, yeah.
Hey, Jackson, I did tell you to call in, but I thought you would call in like you had some specific examples about some picks.
Hey, let me address this real quick, Ken. Thanks for being on here. Why are y'all, and you'd have to define y'all, if you're talking about us or you're talking about the chat or what you're talking about, waiting for bad news? I'm not. Stop insinuating rumors of who's leaving or staying.
Who did we say is leaving?
Stop criticizing the players that they leave. I guess you're just looking for. Hey, I can tell you one thing, Ken. Again, if there are 3 people on here, 300 people, 3,000, I'm the same person all the way around. So, and if no one was watching, Jay and I would have the same arguments about things. So this has no, like, I'm definitely not insinuating any rumor. Now, I will say there are people who do insinuate rumors. I'm not one of them. I don't like speculating things. But man, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. 918 says, I'm a fan of Soul Mission personally, but I think they dropped the ball with not signing Bridges. If that wasn't an opportunity to showcase what Soul Mission stands for, then what is? And hey, there's a name also that no one's talking about, and that's the Keon Brown after May 16th. So that'll be interesting.
Maybe they do that. That's true. Other than that, and graduate transfers, you don't really have nobody can really end up, unless, like KB said, a few days from now, you might see somebody. But
yeah, I don't. Look, I've criticized a lot of OU players, and by the way, we can criticize who we want, especially players are getting paid a lot of money. I criticize on-field things. I do, and that's just what I'm going to always do. That's what fans do, and that's kind of a right as a fan. Now, I'm not going to personally attack players. I don't ever want to insinuate rumors on here, for sure.
Yeah. What was I going to get to? I can't even see it.
Someone asked about our dad. I'll kind of update. Every day is a blessing. He's, vascular dementia and everything else he's got going on. It's not a good situation. Some days he's with it. Some days he's not. Some days are big time struggles. Some days are okay, but we keep keeping on. Appreciate you asking, Corrections. And yeah. Daniel's right. It's only been play criticizing of play. So yeah.
Waiting game. Spring practice over.
I do wish OU would have gotten Bridges.
Do you?
They need another receiver. Go get someone.
Well, they do specifically if they have injuries. I mean, so
you got to go get another guy out of the portal.
I'm not a very good picker of games. I'm actually pretty bad. In fact, I've told most people who watch our show, pick the opposite of me.
That is correct. I do always.
Yeah.
Appreciate the prayers, guys. Appreciate your comments in the chat.
Yeah. What else, Jerm? What else going on? Don't just get a body, Chuck says. I agree.
I agree with that. Don't just get a body, but they have to get a body. They've got to get someone. If a guy's in the portal, I mean, you got to do the evaluation. You've got to pick the right one, making sure that it's someone who's going to fit into the scheme, someone who's going to not be a guy that you already have 3 or 4 of on campus. To me, you got to go with someone over 6'1". 6'1" or above, or I'm not bringing him in personally. And people can say, well, that's kind of you're discriminating on a height discrimination. Yep, I am. I'm discriminating against their height. Absolutely. I am, and I will. You got to have someone over 6'1". And Chuck, that was my issue with the kicker. if this kicker that they just brought in, is not given the job, like if they think they're all three going to battle it out because they're pretty even, then it's a waste. Hey, appreciate you, 918. Appreciate the comment and the compliment. That's very much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks, 918. Really do appreciate it. Hey, I'm going to get to trivia. And
before you get to trivia, Jay, hold that thought because I got to respond to Tyler. Zion Reagan's, no, not better than these guys that they could bring in. Not better at all. Okay.
Well, you don't know that, to be fair.
Okay, I'm going to say I don't think he would be better. Zion Kearney, I'm really high on. I think Kearney could be. Carry-on's a guy no one's talking about in the spring. No one is mentioning Ivan Carry-on, which is weird.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna get trivia. We mentioned the movie earlier, Unnecessary Roughness, Necessary Roughness. I don't even know what the name of it is, but here's the question. Name the actor that actually was in that movie that was one of his earliest movies that is probably out of all the ones that were in the movie, the most famous actor now. Been in a ton of movies now. And this was one of his earliers. Do you know, Jerm? Now, Rob Schneider was, but that I would say
Rob Schneider was in that movie.
Yeah, but this other guy's more popular, I think.
John Holmes.
I would say Bateman's more popular than Rob Schneider. Would y'all agree?
I think Bateman's more popular. I don't know though, Jay. Rob Schneider's
maybe they both get a point. But yeah, Jason Bateman early was in that movie. Rob Schneider.
A lot of big time people in that movie, Jay.
Yep.
Who's going to be Mateer's go-to receiver? I think it was going to be Giovanni Gibson. Right now, I think it's Burks. And do not sleep on Satania. I think Satania is going to be really good.
What's really good, though? If you're OU, because I don't think
5 to 10 tutties on the year.
You think with this offense they're going to have like a go-to receiver, or are they just going to spread it around like?
I'm hoping they spread it around.
Yeah. So with that being said, you're going to have 3 or 4 guys that have good years, I think. And their best receiver might be the one that's injured, Giovanni Gibson.
Could be.
And he's injured. So,
and here's the thing. You can have receivers who aren't like 5-star guys. I mean, OU's won in the past with receivers who, they got to the league, but size-wise, they weren't anything special. But I think the quarterback play and the scheme of the offense can help if you don't have elite guys at that position. We've seen other teams do it.
Let's go back for a minute. And I do want to go back because I think Lincoln Riley is one of the greatest play callers, still is out there.
Schematically, yes.
Yes. But here's what I'm going to ask. If you look at his offense, he does it with receivers that aren't like, I'm trying to think.
Lee Morris was a jack, right?
Let me finish talking. Think about the stud receivers that he recruited. Hazelwood, Theo Weiss, Bridges, Zachariah Branch, Mario Williams. I mean, Mario Williams, I think, just now signed with the team, but he didn't get drafted, did he?
He was at 3 colleges too. So,
but what I'm saying is, some offenses you don't have to have a 5-star, but you got to do that. You got to have guys that are really either speedsters or they can complement each other. Last year, one of OU's problem, I think, they had too many smaller receivers. They didn't have a big body. They need a big body.
Now, Keontae Lewis is a guy I like. I like it. What is he, about 6'1", 190? But until we see them do it on the field, it's going to be hard to talk about them. And that's just plain and simple. It's going to be hard to talk about him. I mean, Drake Stoops, you look at the years he had with the schemes and offenses of Riley and them. And, I mean, talent-wise, he wasn't far and head and shoulders above other guys. So,
yeah, I'm not sold on the tight end group either for Oklahoma yet. I mean, there's nobody that just says, wow. Now,
who's got their head in the sand?
I don't have my hand. I was in the sand tonight playing some volleyball, but I didn't have my head buried.
Head in the sand. Yeah, it's always a bad idea to have your head in the sand. I don't put mine in the sand.
Hey, where did that wide receiver from Arizona end up?
McMillan?
Why didn't Dallas draft him?
Where did McMillan go?
Why didn't Dallas draft him?
Because it's Dallas, Jay.
Panthers
at 8.
Dallas should have traded up and got him, dude.
They need a lot of help, Jay.
Dallas could have traded up and got him. That's a mistake. Cowboys, man. Cowboys.
Another week, Jay.
Another week, man. Coming up. Busy week. Rain. Storms this week, I think.
Storms Monday. No, Tuesday into Wednesday, Jay. So Tuesday's going to be, there's some severe chances here in Oklahoma.
Hey, and Purple, I agree the class was pretty good. The wide receiver that got out of Oregon, I mean, he's okay. I just think they should have went after a big time. Like even Matthew, I thought they might go get Golden. He was available when they got the lineman Brooks out of Alabama. Golden was available. I just think you need somebody opposite CeeDee Lamb.
Pacers are up 16 on the Bucks, by the way.
Yeah, but Lillard, I think, tore his Achilles or ACL.
Oh, well, they were done anyway.
Now, don't quote me on that. I may be wrong. I just saw something right before we got on that said it could be a bad injury to Lillard. I don't know.
Yeah, I do like Booker. I mean, you got Booker and Guyton, Jay. Their O-line's going to be really good. Achilles, it is an Achilles. Wow.
Jeremy, their O-line's going to be really good. But who's throwing the ball?
Dak Prescott.
Problem.
Well, yeah, especially who you're throwing it to outside of CD. Another night in the books, guys. I want to shout out all the Surgeaholics who have been on here. It's refreshing every night to kind of have the same group that joins us each and every night. It's a community. We do appreciate you all. I say that often, but I do mean it as well. I know Jay does as well. We do appreciate it. Sooners get to sweep in softball with the Longhorns. It was a great weekend over at Love's Field. Check out the fan stop before you leave and hit the like before you leave. It really helps our channel grow, and we appreciate all of that you guys do. Great being on here again. We'll do it again tomorrow night, and cannot wait. Have a marvelous Monday.